Alright, it's time to sound with Cherri B. And we got micblaque in here today.
Yes, you see it. Y'all deal with it. Bop, 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 bop. Yo, what up, y'all? What up? What's up, y'all? This is micblaque. You know, we here. I'm an engineer, an artist, writer, you know what I'm saying? Entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? I'm a businessman, you know, I'm a family guy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I represent the people, you know what I'm saying? One day at a time, you know. We just pushing the narrative, pushing just great music, great business mindsets, just great, and just try to be the example, you know what I'm saying? Building, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it is, micblaque, that is my real name. As coming up as an artist, one thing with me was just trying to find myself, and just being ready, you know what I'm saying? And I know, I used to be called Lingo. Shout out to everybody that knows something. They know somebody. My old name was Lingo, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't sure, you know what I'm saying? You know, we Libras. I'm a Libra, so shout out to the Libras.
Libra, we all Libras.
Libra gang, you know what I'm saying? But we sometimes we make decisions, and still don't be sure about it. And we'll put it out there just for temporary, just because we still pondering whether if we want to rock with it or not with that idea. So I've been like that for a minute, and it kind of stuck. That lingo stuck with me because people was calling me that, when I started getting the paperwork together, shout out to the Reed Daniel Favors, you know what I'm saying? At the time, she was like my same lawyer. Actually just giving me advice, advising me with different things. And at the time I was signing up for ASCAP and all that. And she was just like, yo, that name is not available. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna use my real name. You know what I'm saying, as an artist, So I was like, you know what, let's go push the narrative. And I kind of changed my name a little bit. That's not my real spelling of the name, but, I kind of changed, give it a little swag, a little swang to it, you know what I mean? So it was M-I-C, Mike, Black, B-L-A-Q-E, you know what I'm saying? Get a little style, flavor to it.
That's a fact.
And I lived with it. I embodied it, you know what I mean? So, it's easy to embody your real name, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Okay, so not only are you an engineer, but you're a musician, and a songwriter. So I want to know how being an engineer, musician, and a songwriter had an impact on you being from Brooklyn.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, how did being in Brooklyn? I'm sorry, how did being in Brooklyn have an impact on you being an engineer, musician, and a songwriter?
I think for those that know, I rap hard. I spit. Really, lunchroom tables really go in and spit. And then the aspect. I've always been a writer. You know what I mean? And I think being a rapper is like the ultimate form of writing. You know what I'm saying? It's poetry. You know what I mean? It's like poetry is on the next level. But when you start adding harmonies, when you start making it more melodic, people start to connect to it differently. You know what I mean? People start to connect to it differently. And people like melodies. People, you feel it more, you groove with it more sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, with the aspect being a Brooklyn dude, Brooklyn is like the home of just hip hop. You know what I mean? It's one of the homes of hip hop. You got New York City in general. You know what I'm saying? It's the home of hip hop, but just being a rapper, being a writer, it kind of took things to the next level, and just seeing myself as a writer, one for business. When you tell people that you're an artist, but you also talk to people and let them know that you're a writer, it's get looked at a little different. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more respect there, and it's also a little bit more on the business level. You know what I mean? Just different conversations you can have when you're a writer. You get more rooms that way. You're not a competition, you're not a conflict of interest no more, Yeah. When you say you're a writer rather than, hey, I'm an artist, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Can you tell me about some of the some of the best songs you've written?
Ooh, I have so many. Some of the best songs I've written. I have a record with Dexter Daps and Beanie Man.
Okay.
And,
that's
Spliff
lit.
Star. Yeah, man. So
that's litty.
Yeah, shout out to Spliff Star because one thing my brother he made me acknowledge the importance of the songs that we're creating. And I wouldn't say it's one of my best records, but I would say it's a fire record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he made me acknowledge how important it is, and how you're crafting these records, So, but I would say that's the kind of the beginning of me changing the way I'm crafting my songs. Shout out to Spliff Star. Paper rock, pop. Nah.
So you said Dexter Daps, is there any other major features that you've had?
And Beanie Man.
And Beanie Man, yeah, Dexter Daps, Beanie Man. Come on, I can't forget that.
I can't forget that. Big up. Yeah. What you saying? That was a question?
Is there any other major features that you had that you're proud of besides Dexter Daps and Beanie Man?
I mean, I work with Spliff Star. And features. I mean, right now, that's actually the ones that I would say matter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? One thing, I have a thing with me. One thing, I don't want to be in no room or work with any artist unless I'm also in a position of power. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to be just a fly on the wall. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm a fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being that, but if I'm going to be in a room, like I told myself, if I'm in these rooms, I want to be somebody of importance. Mm-hmm. I want to be we all important, mm-hmm. but now I get my acknowledgement for being an artist or the writer or whatever I am in that room. Mm-hmm. I play a role in that, you know, in whatever project we're working on. So that's one thing I'm big on. Like, I also want to be in a room. I don't want to be in pictures too much with everybody. You know, I don't care. I don't care about none of that. If I'm not in a space where it matters, and I'm somebody of that, I really don't want to be around it, you know what I'm saying? Because I got my own shit. I'm a businessman myself. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I know talented people myself that's ill. I really don't care about the celeb aspect of it. I mean, I respect the celeb, you know what I mean? But, you know, if I'm not part of that project, I really can't be in the room sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact.
You know what I mean?
I feel the same way.
Facts.
So talk to me about how where it all started, like where you said like I want to be an engineer, like, and then how did that start out and everything?
It was crazy. Shout out to my cousin Marquita, man. I love you, sis. I love you. How that engineer? I was making beats. Okay. You know, I was making beats with shout out to Fruit Loops. This is I don't even know. I forgot, bro. This is a long time. You see it. So I was making beats on FL Studios for a minute. You know what I mean? I was making beats. I was shooting my own videos at the time. Mm-hmm. I was also being an artist. So at the time, you know, and I'm a creative. Yeah. And I did it not because we could just do it. You know, because you can't just do it. Mm-hmm. Because niggas go buy cameras, but we got our own camera now, but you ain't got nobody to shoot it. Yeah. I mean, you pay cameramen because you're paying them not for just them to hold the camera. Mm-hmm. You're paying them for the time they studied the art of shooting videos and editing videos. That's what you're paying them for. Mm-hmm. So some folk these days they pick up the camera like, yo, we just gonna shoot. But at that time, I'm just a creative. I had to see my vision a certain way. Mm-hmm. So I was buying these things and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this and do that. And I was working. I ended up getting a position at a school. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Oasis after school program. And my sister, my cousin, was actually the head of it. Mm-hmm. And one of the music teachers quit. Long story short, he quit. And just so happens, hey Mike, you do music? I said, yeah. She said, you engineer, right? I said, no. And she was like, yo, you better learn. I mean, I need that money. So I went home, started studying overnight. I was studying, researching, and since then I'm teaching these kids. I'm engineering with these kids, and I learned from there. Ever since then, I never looked back. I just been engineering. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. That's how I became an engineer. You know. Mm-hmm.
So then from there, from being an engineer, I remember you telling me you started working at Quad for a little while. Yeah. So where did that come in? Like,
so I was with Premiere. It was Premiere.
Premiere.
Premiere. I was working at Premiere Studios as an intern. Shout out to my boy Chris that got put in through there. And because I was learning at the time, I felt like as an engineer, I learned through YouTube University, and I got everything I learned from there. Then when I got into those big studios, I was like, yo. What the fuck? It was like a mind fuck because I knew what I was doing, I just didn't know the terms, and there was just so much more to it, being in those spaces. So shout out to my boy Chris, and shout out to Glenn. He was a manager at the studio at the time, and I got in there, and I learned so much, come across different celebrities, coming across these guys, work with them, interning for them. It was an experience for myself because it brought me here, me running my own studio. I actually, after that experience, I went back to school. You know what I'm saying? I went back to school and started doing a little. I mean, had to take my knowledge to another level. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely, paid my dues. Paid my dues. And we here in Spectacle Studios.
So after school is when you opened up the studio?
Yeah. I always had a studio. Okay. See, I was like the only guy interning. I had my own studio. I have a studio in my basement. Decked out my basement. Shout out to all my people that know what's up. That rock with me since I got clients still rock with me right now from the basement. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fine.
I have my own studio in Flatbush. You know what's up? You know what I'm saying? And I just just kept elevating. You know what I mean? Elevating, just studying, learning more, and I had about 4 or 5 studios. You know what I mean? Since then, you know what I'm saying? So, but I was like the only guy interning that had his own studio.
Okay.
And I was learning so much, because a lot of the kids, they come from school, they come from Full Sail or something, they're paying $70,000 a year. I mean, which is each his own. Which is you get good information, you get a head start, and whatever. But I learned it off the streets. I learned it off my own, from experiencing, hands-on. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those guys didn't have access to studio equipment unless they were in those establishments. You know what I'm saying? So I have my own shit set up at home. I have my own vision set up. I was building with other engineers. Shout out to my mentor Eugene. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Chin Low. A lot of people I had that kind of guided me with engineering. You know what I mean? Getting information. Shout out to BLAQUE. So a lot of people just pushed me in the right direction of what I needed to do. As an up-and-coming engineer. If you want an engineer, I'm gonna tell everybody this. If you want to be an engineer, work with writers. To be a really great engineer, work with writers. You know what I mean? Work with songwriters, and because I know working with songwriters showed me the way of just placement, sound. You know what I mean? Just different textures of sound when you're engineering for a singer or so forth. So always look to work with songwriters. You know what I mean? So yeah.
From transitioning from being an engineer into your musician and songwriter role, I see you opened up for the Last Poets, Mel, Joey Badass, and MOP at Southpaw in Brooklyn. Yeah. So I wanted to know, how was that, opening up for all of them, especially transitioning into an artist role? So,
really, I was an artist for a long time. Okay. Like I said, I've been rapping for a long time. And it just got to a point that I had to see my creativity. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't really see it just being an aspect. I do dancehall reggae now. I do Afrobeat. I do not because I was doing it before. I ain't gonna get into that. What I'm gonna say is this: I just can't be in one spot. I feel like it wasn't enough to connect with the people. You know what I'm saying? So, back to just opening up for those guys. It was just it was a great experience. It was a great experience. Throughout the time, because it's like I said, it's all learning. You pay your dues. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know, and that you gotta pay. It's important to pay your dues, man. Just sometimes be that fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying? And because sometimes you're bigger than what you think you are. You know what I'm saying? And or this is about confidence. You build your confidence up. You watch these celebrities do their thing, and you're opening up for some of the guys that you grew up listening to, or it just helps you build your confidence up. And it's like class. You know what I'm saying? So. It's just a learning experience. It's just building my character up,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say you do Afro beats and that type of, you're into that type of reggae and all that now.
Yeah.
So was that the inspiration behind your new record, Easy? With
man, the inspiration. Yeah. So I'm the inspiration is definitely. I'm Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? And grew up in a Rasta household. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to my mama. And my pops was a Rasta. My mom wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But the woman I followed her mind. You see it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a blessing to be in a household with so much music. My mom grew us up in music. My father, we were music. You know what I'm saying? Every week, my mother and father they get up and go out. You know what I'm saying? They're going out to parties. Jamaicans, they don't get old. You know what I'm saying? So. It's just in my blood. It's been in my blood for a long time, and it's just me tapping into myself as an artist. Like I said, I want to be an artist. Yeah. And I just felt like, I've been rapping for so long. I got 8 projects out. You go check them out.
Yeah, I see.
You know what I mean? I got 8 projects out. I got 3 of them. I think I got 3 or 4 of them on Spotify, all the platforms. You go to my band, micblaque, my Bandcamp, bandcamp.micblaque.com. I forgot how to go, but you go to Bandcamp, you see all my projects up there. But it's like throughout the transitions being an MC, it's like I need more. I need more, and I have so much to express. You know what I mean? 'Cause, you know, I always feel like hip hop puts you in a box. And I feel like, and I think it's one of the biggest genres in the world, but it's like we box ourselves in, and we can't, especially as men, we can't even express ourselves the way we could. You know what I'm saying? The way that we could, the way that it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's why I get what Andre 3000 did. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It makes sense because it's a space that we can't always fully express ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. It's something that's crazy to me, but you know, that's why I started doing dancehall, started tapping into that, the Afrobeat, dancehall. So the record Easy, you know, shout out to my sister T Sexy, shout out to my producer Koala Music. We did the record. Me and Koala Music been working hard together lately. Like we working together a lot, just crafting the dancehall sound, dancehall trap, the new dancehall trap sound. You know what I'm saying? And we got a couple of records. This Easy is one of the records we started to push first. Shout out to shout out to Cloud Piff that shot the video, my cameraman. But the inspiration was just culture, vibes, and me just thinking about, you know, like I said, for example, I had a baby shower for my first child. I have 2 kids, by the way. Shout out to my daughters, Mina. Shout out to Mina and Nyla. When I first saw my oldest, Mina, the baby shower was a bashment. You know what I'm saying? She was a bashment, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to my mom, you know what I'm saying? We had a big bashment. It was food. At a certain time, my mom said, hey, all the kids go home. We might turn this to a party, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a real bashment. And we had the DJ rocking, and it just that I wanted to capture that vibe. Just the vibe, being in New York City, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? How the culture travels from the land to, you know, NYC, you know what I'm saying? So, Easy, never watch like.
So how would you say you transitioned from an artist from when you dropped Black Gold until October 16th that came out in 2021? Because I noticed like I could tell even from the album cover you had a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Deluxe Control, you got a whole like that's when you hear more the reggae sound.
Yeah, so like, oh man, Black Gold was that was the step. Alright, see, Black Gold, shout out to Respect the Cool. This is my company, Respect the Cool. You know, it's the RTC on the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I asked you what the
you
asked me got merch.
Respect the Cool. You know, we got the shout out to people that had shirts, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, shirts. So at the time when I dropped Black Gold, we was on tour. Shout out to my sister Lindsay. We was in DC. We did shout out to Conscious, Damn, there's just so many people that played a part of it.
Conscious the rapper?
Nah, not him. Another my brother Conscious, another artist. You know, he does hip hop artists. You know, Caribbean artists as well, reggae artists as well. But it's my brother. But yeah, we I had a team of people that was around me at the time. You know, it was like 10 of us, and we was on tour. And we all represented the brand Respect the Cool, you know what I'm saying, at the time. And Black Gold was just representing community. Because Respect the Cool represents breaking barriers. Respect, you know, what we represent. You know what I mean? I think, you know, we don't have to be the same. We don't have to see the same thing and feel like, and we don't have to see things eye to eye. You know what I mean? And we don't have to alienate each other because we have different perspectives, you know what I'm saying? So Respect the Cool definitely represents just, you know, this is what I feel is right, this is what I feel is dope, and we're gonna push that, you know what I'm saying, and breaking these barriers while we're doing it. So Respect the Cool, we was on tour, we're doing a lot of different things, you know, and definitely about community building. One's community building, making sure we circulate money amongst each other, you know what I'm saying? So it just try to keep it to a point that we never can, you know, if we ever need each other, we here to support each other, you know what I'm saying? We need money, yo, I got you. Creating that safe environment, you know, that's what I always want to do. You know what I'm saying? To create a safe environment, because if we can't do it on a small level, how can we do it on a big level? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always think about, you know what I mean? Just black money circulating, you know what I'm saying? That's why Cherri B, yo, Mike, I need the studio, yo, what's up? How we gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I build it. That's why I believe in being an asset. You know what I mean? I created my company just to be an asset. You know, you work with the youth, it's because I'm being an asset to that. I mean, whether I'm engineering for them, whether I'm showing how to write rhymes, whatever, it's just us being an asset. Cherri, you know what I'm saying? So that's what Respect the Cool was, and that's what Black Gold was about. You know what I'm saying? That project was about being assets, and you know, and we gold. You You know what I mean? Gold is something we shine. We never not shining. You know what I'm saying? As a culture. You know what I mean? And as a people. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what we're going through, we're gonna break through it. You know what I'm saying? That was that project was about. And at the time, like I said, I had a team and I had them all over the project. We was traveling. It was really dope. Shout out to Pittsburgh. That was like my second home. You know what I'm saying? We was out there. Shout out to Josh for Dream On Festival. We was out there 6 years in a row, just performing 20,000, 6 to 20,000 people out there. You know what I mean? Dream On Festival. Shout out to all my Pittsburgh people. Love y'all. But that's what it was about. You know what I mean? At the time. And then I dropped October 16. It was more so about me because I put a lot of energy and respect to Cool, and it kind of fell short as far as the people I had with it. Kind of fell. It was all. You never lose. It was all experience. So it kind of fell apart, but it kind of birthed me. You know what I'm saying? It birthed me to push me. So October 16th was about me and me starting a new me, micblaque.
Okay.
Did my watch like easy? Nah, but that's what it was.
So what would you say as far as the switch up? I know because you've been in this music game for a long time, so I know you've seen a whole switch up.
Whew.
So how do you feel about the new switch up and how are you adjusting to it? Especially as an engineer.
So I think that's a good question. Things are changing. Like as an engineer, it's always something new. There's never not something. You can't be one way, especially if you're trying to be at the top of your game. You can't be one way. You gotta adjust to how people are engineering. Like I know for my studio, like every space. All right. So as an engineer, that's what I believe in. Like I created my studio to have a certain sound, so I buy certain gear for that sound. I wanted to have a nice, warm analog sound, so I buy the gear for that. You know what I mean? And I push towards that direction. Certain artists go to certain studios. When Beyonce when she was working on that last project, what's the name of that last project you did? Renaissance? Yeah, when she was working on that project, they use a certain mic to capture a certain sound. Certain preamps, certain compressors. You just don't use anything because you want a certain sound. She wanted to represent the old school vibe, the old disco music. You know what I mean? I'm every woman. Just that vibe. They wanted that vibe. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have you have your sound, but a little of what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just go with the engineering. Just do your research and just listen as an engineer. As far as me being an artist, I'm a creative. So it's like I was already ahead of it. As a creative, I always feel like creatives are already ahead of their time. That catch up to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, like if I'm doing what y'all doing now, I'm actually taking a few steps back. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So that's just me as a creative. You know what I'm saying? That's why rappers, when you're just a rapper, you see yourself just as a rapper, you complain about what's happening now and the new changes because obviously you can't get with it, but then it's kind of stumps you because things are changing so fast. A lot of the MCs be stuck in a position when some of them are super talented, but they can't keep up with it because things are changing, and it's like, yo, what we gonna do? All the eyes on us, but you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta bring what you know to it. Everybody serves a purpose.
That's a fact. Who are some of your inspirations behind this?
Behind what, like this?
Behind your, being an engineer, musician, and a songwriter.
I would say
an artist in general, creative, like you said.
Man. I would say it's so much. It's so much because man, it's so much, man. Because
I see you got Bob Marley as one.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Bob Marley. I always hide that. I try to say that, but Bob Marley definitely is one of my faves and one of my biggest inspirations. You know what I'm saying? Because he just did it.
Yeah.
In one sense, it's like these days, people are like, you gotta create a hit, and that's somewhat mess with you in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You wanna do that, but you gotta fight. It's like for me at least, you're fighting against that idea to just focus on like I just wanna make music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Respect the Cool is about.
Okay.
Focusing on you and what you feel is right. You know what I'm saying? And this game, like for example, I said before, like when an artist paints a picture, he paints a picture. That one picture, they put it out to the world. We accept it. But it's like when it comes to the music, whether rap, for example, with rap, you put out a song. There's just so many perspectives, there's so much hands, and just what you're supposed to do, how it's supposed to sound. Nah, that's not good enough, or this and that. And I was like, yo, listen, it's art. I mean, sometimes we gotta let it rock. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't need anything. You know what I'm saying? So, Big Bob Marley just did it. It wasn't no effort. He had the reasons why he did it. The reason why he was able to do it because he didn't have the same reasons as a lot of these guys had, And I think that's what I fall into. Like, I don't care about, I don't really care about what a lot of other artists care about, man. I really want to make music that makes some good ass. I want to make some good music. I want to, talk about some social issues. I want to build people. I want to encourage people. You know what I'm saying? Flow a little bit, throw the ego in there, but you also just want to literally build people. You know what I'm saying? So,
what's next for you?
I'm actually in a space of learning. Well, I'm in a space right now. I always felt like I wasn't ready, but now I feel like I'm ready. Since October 16th, that first October 16th, I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready for the world. I don't know if it's like I said in the beginning of this interview. Like, Libras push it out for the meantime until we figure it out.
Yeah.
I got it now.
Yeah.
Now I know I got it.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. And what's next is just more now putting out music. Like Thursdays. Every Thursday we dropping music. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Cool Boy P. Right now I'm focusing on micblaque and pushing the micblaque brand. Shout out to my cameraman Cool Boy P. And we doing a thing called micblaque Thursdays. We dropping music and content on Thursdays. I'm not gonna say every Thursday, but we dropping stuff on Thursday. And we're doing a lot of photography. If you follow my IG, you can go to my website, micblaquemusic.com.
His website fire, y'all.
Yeah, check it out, man. micblaquemusic.com. You get a lot of the content. You want to support it, buy it directly from micblaque. Go to my website, micblaquemusic.com. So that's because things are changing so rapidly. You gotta, like, streaming services. Everybody just taking money from the artists. Everybody just taking, snatching, and it's shifting. So right now, like I said, as a creative, I'm just being ahead of the game right now. And come straight to me, micblaquemusic.com. Go straight to the artist and come get this work. We got music, we got content, we got photography, we got everything that you love. We got dope music at that. So
and his studio fire, y'all.
Yeah, man, it's home.
Definitely is. Now, is there any advice you can give somebody that's trying to do what you're doing?
I would say I'm gonna give them advice that I would give my younger self. Be realistic with your goals. Be realistic with it. Be realistic with your goals and take your time. Also, go for it. Do it. Because I was blessed. My whole life, my whole story is dedicated and built around music. Like, everything I did was around music. Everybody ain't blessed to do that. You know what I'm saying? So my story ain't gonna be your story. But I would say is go for it. If somebody else got a story, don't think their story gonna be your story. Take what you can from it, and you gotta follow your own path. But be realistic with it. Nigga, if you gotta get a job to fund what you need to fund. Be realistic with it. You know what I'm saying? Be realistic with your goals. So that's something I've been doing my whole life. I dedicated my whole life around music. So everything I've been doing for the last 20 years has been music. So
now just tell the people where they can find you, where they can get you, where they can holler at you, where they can get some studio time.
You got an IG.
And we got to do a part 2.
Yes, please. We definitely do ASAP. I got a lot to talk about. I talk a lot. But go to my IG, micblaque, micblaque, at micblaque, MICBLAQUE. You can catch me on my website too, micblaquemusic.com. You can hit me up on the contact. If you want to book studio time, go to Respect the Cool Studios. RESPECT, the THE, cool, COOL, Studios, STUDIOS. On IG. Hit me up on there if you want to book time. And micblaque if you want to book time. People are kind of slow. But yeah,
Nah. You know these rappers, so that's
I want to give a big shout out to for those that don't know, I'm also a part of a group called Black Roots.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to my sister Nakiba Roots. You know what I'm saying? It's a group that's also kind of pushed me in the direction of what I'm doing right now. My sister Nakiba, she plays a big role. So we work, you know what I'm saying? At work, I come, shake it out, you know what I mean? Easy. I'm all what you like. If you get it on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sister T Sexy in the video. You know what I'm saying? Black Roots, you know what I'm saying? Respect the Cool Studios. Respect the Cool, you know what I'm saying? Cherri B, what's up, man? You know what I mean? But we working, God is good, you know what I'm saying? One day at a time.
All the time.
Shout out to everybody, what's up?